Hey guys, Trevor here, and today I'm going to review this electric bike that I've been using for a little while now. This particular one is a bike by a company called X-Treme e-bike, and the model name I believe is the Alpine Trails. This bike has been pretty cool. It was such a low price, and that's why I got it in the first place. The price was like $550 or something like that, and it shipped free. So it was kind of crazy low, and I sort of had the expectations of, you get what you pay for. But I figured I'd give it a shot and ride it around a bit, see what it's like, and then give it a good, solid review on YouTube for you guys, so you guys know to make a good purchasing decision or not. So I'm gonna get into some of the things I like about the e-bike, some of the things I don't like, and whether I think it's a good buy for you or not. All right, so let's get into it. So here is the electric bike, and this electric bike is a fairly stable, kind of commuter style, mountain bike kind of style, sort of a hybrid, I would say. In the rear hub, you have the hub motor, and then you have this big, hefty, real solid, really heavy 10 to 15 pound battery. It's kind of like a car battery right there in the middle. You have the front shocks, which is nice. There's no rear shock. It's a hardtail. And then on the handlebars, you have your throttle, which is a twist throttle like a motorcycle, and then you can have a pedal assist mode if you want to. And when you turn it on, that's your battery gauge. So comes with a free light. I put this bell on. Front and rear brakes. So that's what the bike is like. Oh yeah, and then there's the fenders as well. It comes with the front and rear fenders. So that's the bike. It comes with a complete kit. I really liked how everything put together. It was really simple out of the box. And if you want to learn how to do the assembly, I have a link to an assembly video in the description for you. So I'm going to get into some of the pros and cons of this bike. So this electric bike comes with a manual, and it even comes with tools so that you can assemble it yourself. And assembly it's pretty easy, but there are a couple points on the bike that you have to make sure you take to a bicycle mechanic or somebody who knows what they're doing with bicycles before you go for your first ride. And those are the brakes and the pedals, because you have to assemble those properly. If you don't assemble those properly, things fall apart on you, and those aren't covered under warranty if assembly isn't done right. So everything else is pretty simple. Putting on the handlebars, you have to put the handlebars on, you have to attach the front wheel, which is really simple. Attach the seat post. The seat is already attached to the post. You just put the post in the bike frame. And then, the kickstand's already on, the frame and the rear wheel and everything's already assembled. The pedals have to be installed, and then that's it. And you got a bike that's ready to ride. So assembly is a really simple process. Took me about a half hour. If it's their first time for you, it'll probably take about an hour or more. But for me, I've done bicycles before, I've assembled them before, so it took me about a half hour. Another thing I figured is that you'd probably want to know how tall you have to be to ride this thing comfortably. And the top frame here is about 28 inches. So you want to make sure your inseam is at least 29 inches in order to ride this thing comfortably. So in order to check your inseam, just put yourself up against a wall like this and put a book in between your legs. Turn around and look at where the book was on the wall, and then mark that, and then take a measuring tape and measure from the floor up to that point. And that's how you'll know your inseam. Okay, and then this bike is really easy to get recharged. The recharging process can happen on or off the bike because the battery is removable. And I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So this is the charger that comes with the bicycle. It just looks like a laptop charger. You just plug this end into the wall like normal, and then this little guy goes into the side of the battery, and you have to kind of loosen up the seat to get to it. That's just how this model's made. So let me do that really quick. The seat post screw is kind of old school, but it works. So you just have to move it aside. You open up the cap and take the little piece here and just plug it in to the side of the battery. So really simple. And then as soon as you plug it in, you'll see a red light appear on this charging unit, and that'll tell you that it's charging. And once it becomes fully charged, then the green light will show the battery is fully charged. Okay, so I found out that with this bike, it's kind of interesting. There's actually 3 key positions, but 2 of them are the same. So left is off, the middle and right both do the same thing. So that's the right, that's the middle, that's off. So don't get confused with this one. I don't know why it's designed this way, but apparently there might be 3 positions in some electric bikes, and this one, they just use the same thing to do on and off. So that's how that works. So No confusion there. The next thing I wanted to go over is how to get the battery out. The battery comes with a key lock down here. It's just the same key as the ignition, or as the on-off switch. So you just turn the little thing 90 degrees, so it should come locked, turn it unlocked. You do have to remove the seat to pull the battery out, which is not that hard. And yeah, you're gonna want to remove the key as well. And then you just take the battery out. So really simple. And then you can carry that battery with you wherever you need to go to plug it in and charge it. The battery's kind of heavy. It feels like, you know, a gallon of milk or something. So just be careful when you're carrying it around. Be aware of that. And then plugging it back in is pretty simple. You see the one side with the wide part and a skinny part. So the wide part's going to go along the ridge here, and it's going to connect into this little sleeve. It's in. It's really simple. Just lock it back down. And put the key in when you're ready to turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it off. I want to be completely honest with you guys. This bike only goes its top speed at 20 miles per hour when you're on like a slightly downhill grade. Even on the flat, the most it usually achieves, and this is depending on rider weight too, the most it usually achieves is about like 18 miles per hour. And I think the reason why is just because it's so heavy. It comes with a 300 watt motor and a 24 volt battery, but it's not an aluminum frame, it's a steel frame, and it's not a lithium ion battery. It's a sealed lead acid battery, it's a car battery. So the weight of this bike alone is like 65 pounds, and that extra 15 pounds of weight, that is more than what your normal lithium bikes weigh, makes it go a little bit slower than the 20 mile per hour mark. So the other thing too is climbing up hills. You gotta use the pedal assist mode. If you try to use a throttle up a hill, you're gonna go like 5 miles per hour. You don't get as much energy and performance out of this bike with a throttle. It just doesn't work. For some reason, it only goes like 12 miles per hour with the throttle only. But you put that pedal assist button in, like I showed you, and you pedal, you get the full performance out of it. And you'll go up hills. It'll maybe go like 7, 8 miles per hour up a hill. Depends on the grade of the hill. If it's really steep, you know, it goes like 5, 6. If it's like kind of moderate, it goes like 10, 12. And then on the flat again, it's 17, 18 miles per hour. Slightly downhill to do 20. This thing too is quite heavy, so when you're riding it, just be aware of the fact that it's not like a normal bicycle where you can just kind of like move around, whatever. You have to be centered, and then when you're turning, it's more like a scooter or motorcycle. You kind of have to lean into the turns because all the weight's in the back too. It's not in the front, it's in the back, so it makes it so you kind of have to lean, and you don't have to steer as much as you just kind of lean into the turns like a motorcycle. So it's a pretty comfortable bike to ride. The seat could definitely use an upgrade, so if you guys want to ride long distances with this bike, probably get like a big wide seat for yourself. The other thing too is the stem is just a normal like gooseneck stem. This thing doesn't really go up that much, so if you want to get like a nice comfortable riding position, try to get one of those adjustable stems that actually goes up a little bit. You can turn it. They're like 30, 40 bucks at a bike shop. So, I mean, you can do all this stuff at a bike shop. You can upgrade all sorts of cool stuff on this bike. For the price, it's not bad. It's a good beginner bike. It's good to get you started with electric bikes, especially if you live in a flat area. You can have a lot of fun with this thing. If it's your first electric vehicle, you've never ridden a motorcycle before or a scooter, and you kind of just want to get out there and experience what it's like to have some propulsion behind you as you're riding, perfect bike for you. If you have ridden electric bikes before, if you have ridden motorcycles, you're probably going to be kind of disappointed with the performance of this bike. It's a cheap bike, it's heavy, it's cumbersome. So if I were you, I would go out and upgrade, maybe spend about 2 or 3 times as much money in the $1,000 to $1,500 range and get a lithium ion battery, an aluminum frame, maybe even a bike with like a center mounted motor instead of a rear mounted motor. And if you're looking for more comfort, there's also beach cruiser style bikes. The same company actually makes some really good models now. They make a few, one's called the Newport and Malibu. That's their like beach cruiser types. And then they have the Summit, which is like their mountain bike style. So I'll provide links to all those in the description for you guys so you can check those out. The one upgrade I do recommend though is the Trail Maker. And the Trail Maker is the same style frame as this one. It's the same kind of men's style bike, but it's gonna be an aluminum frame, lithium ion battery, and everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, and it comes with a rear rack instead of just the fenders. So the reason I recommend that upgrade is because it's not a whole lot more expensive. It's actually less than $1,000 still. I believe the price is around $900 for that one, depending on where you get it. And I'm going to provide a link in the description to Amazon, which is usually the cheapest place to get it, and you get the best service as well. And Amazon, usually has a good time with returns in case something goes wrong. So, yeah, definitely check those links out in the description. If you choose to buy through those links, you'll be supporting my channel, so I can bring you more cool videos like this, and I do appreciate it. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And like and share the video with your friends if you like the video. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps. Definitely go check out the electric bike. I will see you guys out on the bike path.